"Any last words?" the creature asked. With a little bit of hesitation, I responded, "Why do I exist?" As if rowing the boat, leading me into another part of life I haven't seen before. Is this where I belong? Is this truly the end? Hello, fellow watchers. Today's tale is titled Prologue of Creation. The story follows a young man who searches for the answer of his own existence, a young man who struggled all his life due to being able to see the unseen, until one day where he finds his fate and his answer. Listen to my story. It was like any other night. Nothing much really happened today. I had dinner alone as always. Both my parents passed away when I was a child due to an accident. I was also involved in a car crash, but luckily, or not, I was the only survivor. Since then, I was taken care of by my grandma, but she passed away 3 years ago. When I woke up in the hospital after the accident, I suddenly had these strange visions. I was suddenly able to see spirits, ghosts, or whatever you may call it. The fact that I suddenly have to live with the unseen around me is really tough. I'm not only able to see the strange and gruesome creatures all around me, but I could also feel their emotions, the enviness, the hatred, and the sorrows of these creatures. It took a toll on me over time. I became more cold and uncaring to things around me, to the point where I avoided my own kin. I had this one question in mind. Well, I think everyone does at one point. But why do we exist? What is the purpose of our creation? All I wanted to know is what are the reasons between these eyes, these visions. Aren't there anyone else who's able to see the horrors of the other side? I just wanted someone to understand me, for me to be able to become myself. Well, same old night. I just need to sleep and take a rest for now. Maybe I'll go somewhere tomorrow. The next day, I woke up and decided to go to a local library for my day off. Some say it's a boring hobby. For me, it's a way to run from this reality. When I focus my mind on something else, my visions won't be much of a bother. I can enjoy books all day. Well, until dusk fell when the library closes. Unexpectedly, on my way home today, I found myself in a rather peculiar situation. I saw a spirit begging me to save somebody. Usually I'll ignore the spirits because they tend to only roam the world, repeatedly doing the same thing all over again. There are reasons why they are called the spirit with unfinished business after all. But somehow, this time it feels different. It was like all the forces of nature telling me to follow the spirit. And I couldn't even tell if the spirit has a hidden motive, let alone asking others to save somebody. All I can feel is weariness coming from her, a feeling to protect those who are dear to her. I followed the spirit and went deeper into the forest. The night is coming and the darkness makes it hard to see. I feel like I was being watched. The sound of crackling sticks, the eyes that watch me in every step. But I felt like this every day. I grew up to be ignorant to fear after all. Then, I saw something in the middle of the forest. A hut. I went inside following the spirit lady, and there's a child inside sitting there with ragged clothes. It looks like he haven't eaten for days. The spirit lady is trying to embrace him, but to no surprise, it was in vain. He couldn't even see her. Even I can tell that this kid has seen better days. Bruises all over his face, malnourished, and even without a word spoken, I know that he is asking for help. So I searched my bag to give him some food I had brought. Fortunately, I have a snack bar. Hopefully this could replenish the hunger for a little bit before searching for medical attention. I was about to give him the snack bar when suddenly a guy stabbed me from behind. I fell on the ground. The boy gasped a little bit. It feels like this wasn't his first time seeing the horrors of what humans could do. It was getting colder and colder every second. The lady cried and embraced me on my face. Her touch started to feel warm, more human. With what little strength I had, I could only apologize to that lady, knowing that I won't be able to finish what she asked for. I hope somebody will find the kid and lead them to safety. I couldn't help but to think of myself in my last moments in this world. I hope that somebody will notice my disappearance. I don't care if it's from work, friends, or family. What am I even thinking? What a fool. Nobody will look for me, let alone care to even remember my existence. After all, I don't have anybody in this world. Is this really the end? Is this what it means to live? To feel both the living and the unseen? Is this the purpose of my creation? It all went black and I found myself waking up in a boat with a very little source of light coming from the lantern in front of it. The last thing I remembered was the feeling of a knife that's been stabbed forcefully into my back. And then after that, what happened? I can't remember anything. Who am I? I feel nothing. Even my back doesn't feel like it has been stabbed. I don't even know where I end up. And why do I look like this? Well, I think it doesn't matter now. But at least the atmosphere here almost feels like it's welcoming me. Then I heard a voice.
Asal has awoken.
With a little bit of confusion in his voice. Then I asked the figure in front of me, "Who's there?" The creature turned, revealing the disfigured face that's covered in a ragged, hooded black cloak. Even though it's quite dark, I could tell that those are not normal eyes. Indented eyes that are burning inside like it's judging my soul. On his hand, a staff that he used to row the boat. It doesn't look like a paddle, more like a magical stick that's otherworldly. Then he said,
To be able to wake up before crossing the river Styx must be another one of the special ones. Tell me, are you not afraid of my appearance?
I hesitated to answer it at first, but later I said, I'm actually not. On the contrary, I feel like that you are familiar. Then the creature, or should I say the ferryman, responded,
So you are one of the seers of the world. It is no surprise then the human soul didn't get shocked by our real appearance, let alone being in another realm. You have witnessed it before.
Seers of the world? What do you mean? I asked. After he said that, it feels like the memories of my past self are trying to return. All the things that I experienced before feels like it got their answers. So I asked him about the world and about the mysteries of the unseen. The ferryman then tells me a lot about it, about why they become like what they are, about the mysteries of the world, and even the beings that are not originated from the mortal world.
What I have told you is just a little grain of sand in the desert. The mysteries of the universe is still concealed and is yet to be told. But it seems that we are close to our destination. Do you have any last words before we part ways?
The ferryman asked. With all the knowledge I've learned with such little time, I hesitated a little bit before asking one last personal question. Why do I exist? What is the purpose of my creation? The ferryman stays silent for a little bit, and as he's rowing the boat, he answers.
Maybe you will find the answer here.
The ferryman stops the boat on an island that seems to be uninhabited, but there is a building that stands out. So, is this the afterlife? Is this where all the things I've done from my previous life will be judged? I ask.
No, this is not it. I sent those with an awakened soul to this place. A place where you will be tested. Go on now, you don't have any other choices. Farewell then.
As he leaves into the darkness once again. The fireman goes back to where we came from, leaving me on the island all alone. I had no other choice, so I follow the path to the way of the building. As I'm going deeper and deeper into the island, the wind feels more strong, more oppressing. Feels like it's telling me to run, to hide, to survive. There's nothing to lose at this point, I said to myself while ignoring the atmosphere around. At the end of the road, I stumbled upon a gate. It was already open, but the darkness made it hard to see inside. So, with no other choice, I braved myself and followed the path into the dark. It's hard to see where I'm going, with just a little light coming from the torches around. But I somehow have a strong feeling about what the ferryman said earlier. I wonder to myself, will I get my answer here? Is this where I should come? Well, as soon as I think of that, I saw a figure at the end of the building, levitating like it had been waiting for my arrival. There, I saw it, an eldritch being I've never seen before. It was huge. Even though the darkness makes it hard to see, the atmosphere is getting more chilling and oppressive. But I still stood on my ground. Suddenly, the being opened its wings, and the room lit up, revealing the being clearly. All of a sudden, the atmosphere also changed into a more warm and welcoming one. Then, the being spoke to me in authoritative yet gentle voice.
Another soul has yet been awakened. What would you like to see?
Then, I replied, What do you mean? Who are you?
Do not be afraid. I am what your kin refers to as judge of men. I am what you call an angel, the messenger of God.
It explains itself. Then I asked one thing. The ferryman told me that this is not the afterlife. Then what am I being judged for? Even though the figure that's in front of me looks like it belongs from another universe, I someone feel close and warm around its presence. Then the being explained itself again.
That is also correct. Our beings do have different purposes. I am the one who is responsible to make the awakened ones fulfill their destiny in the afterlife. Call me Rubiel.
At this point, I'm very confused, and I asked Rubiel once again. But why me? I never did anything impactful. All I think about are questions about my own creation and my own existence. What the being said next will be a thing that I'll never expect to hear.
That is exactly why you're here, Seer of Arcanids. From now on, people shall know you by the name Samfer. Your purpose shall be to tell the mortal world about the mysteries, the legends, and to tell the lesson about their existence. You shall tell others about the dangers of the dark, but also see the light of truth that still waits to be seen. Now, I shall grant you this crown to mark your new beginning, a symbol of your creation.
As I heard that statement, it feels like the stars have aligned. It feels like I found the purpose of why I was created, why I was able to be here. But in the middle of this revelation, I still have one final question for Rubiel. How could I fulfill that task? There's so little that I know about the arcane, and also, how am I able to tell the world about it? Aren't I also a spirit myself now? Then Rubiel explained itself.
Worry not, for I have assigned you to the Library of Worlds, where you can learn all the stories from all over the realm. All you need to do is to discover them and tell your tale. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask the library keeper. He shall also be the one who will greet you. Now, I shall transport you there. Very well, friend, and rejoice, for you have found your own meaning of life.
In a flash of light, the being transported me into another place. I don't know how, but after all the things I've witnessed, it isn't surprising, to be honest. Well, so here we are, at a library with tons of stories waiting to be told. And also a friend to keep me company. His name is Libra, if you're wondering. I feel flabbergasted at first, yet I feel a sense of belonging, a purpose to fill the gap in my heart. Maybe... No, this is not maybe. This is it. This is the purpose of my creation. From now, I shall be the one who sees, and the one who searches for the truth and to find the light in the dark. This is me. I am Samfer. I am the seer of arcane myths. Listen to the tales of Sharkana. Well, did you learn something? I hope that I can assist you to find your own meaning of life. I do believe each of us have our own purpose. All you need is the courage to take that opportunity and to face your fear. No matter the cost, no matter what we have sacrificed, everyone will find their true purpose. Before that, just live your life to the fullest and don't forget to have hope. Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you like the story. Farewell, watchers.